At this point, we need to investigate these VAR officials. We need to, because I don't know what they're doing in that back room. Are they watching the Real Housewives of Hollywood or something, or are they playing Fortnite on those screens? Because they cannot be watching the same game that we are watching. Because I do not understand how Manchester United were completely robbed of that third goal yesterday. Honestly, what are these guys doing there? It's either that or they need spec savers. They need to get their eyes checked. Because I'm going to show you guys the clip, but this is absolutely horrendous. Thankfully, the VAR decision didn't stop Michael Carrick from schooling Pep Guardiola yesterday. Because I'm even hearing from the FA now that we may not have to start paying child support because we made Manchester City our sons. Like, I understand that we were playing scintillating football, we're making triangles and just making these guys look foolish in the midfield. But child support is crazy, man. We have to VAR check that one. Either way, Manchester is red and will always be red, and that is a decision that VAR does not have to make because it is what it is. Now let's review the clip. I apologize for the crappy quality. It was recorded on a Nokia 3310, so bear with me. But let's look at this. Okay, so here's the clip, right? As you can see, right, when the pass was released, Cunha was clearly put onside by Ake's foot, right? Now, I do not have any of the fancy VAR knowledge or the VAR tech, right? But I do not need to be a chef to be able to tell you guys that Gordon Ramsay can cook, okay? I can see things with my eyes. I don't even have to taste the food. I know that guy is a chef. Even the way he behaves, even Salt Bay, when he does the salt thing, you know he's a chef, okay? So I do not need to be a VAR official to look at this clip right here and see those masterfully applied arrows that I put in there. As you can see, that was superior geometrical mathematical calculation, including perspective. Okay, I'm doing too much right now, but what I'm saying is when you look at this, right, and the arrows that I put in there, it's in the same perspective as the grass, right? Meaning that's as accurate as you can get. And from this clip here, he is clearly onside when the pass was released. So, my brothers in Christ, can somebody explain to me why this goal was disallowed? Now, if this was the first time this is happening, if this was like a one-off, right, I could be like, you know what, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. But this is something that we as fans have been feeling for years now, since VAR was introduced, that these guys looking at these tapes are not giving us confidence. The same thing happened with Wirtz this season, right, against Fulham, and I'll put the pictures online for you guys to see. You can see clearly that the real life footage that we see is different from the 3D images that is presented to us. In the real life footage, in terms of, not real life, in the real time footage, you can clearly see that Wirtz's toe was touching that line, right, that's on the pitch, the naturally like drawn lines by the groundskeeper or whatever. You can see his toe was touching it, right? But then the Fulham player wasn't, which could tell anyone with eyes that is clearly an offside. But then they show us the 3D graphics, which is supposed to be taken at the time the pass was released. Just so you know, they did the exact same thing with Man United, but it never matches what we see with our own eyes. We're getting gaslit on national TV. This is crazy. Like, this is some premium gaslighting from the Premier League right now. They're literally telling the whole world watching this that, look, what you guys saw was not what you saw. It's almost like Men in Black. They're trying to give us that little pencil, except in the form of 3D graphics. I personally think they should go back to the poorly drawn lines. I feel like when they did the poorly drawn lines, it was more accurate, to me anyways. Sometimes they were kind of sketchy with the perspective of the lines as well, but at least that one is a bit clearer to understand because you can see it with your eyes. This old 3D graphics thing is just going to make it a lot easier for people in the future to match fix. Now, I'm not trying to say that there's a VAR conspiracy. I know I'm wearing a hat, but it is not a tinfoil hat, okay? What I'm trying to say is this is not a conspiracy. There's no VAR conspiracy here, but there's definitely a VAR controversy, okay? Because you cannot tell me that these guys are failing an open book exam on alphabets. That's basically what it is. It's like I give you, a grown adult or a kid, whoever, someone with sense, right, an open book test about ABCs, and then when you see ABC, you replace it with Z. Instead of ABCD, you go ABCZ, even though you have the answers right in front of you. Come on now. That does not make sense. Now, don't even get me started on the actual referees on the pitch. Because I really don't understand some of the calls Anthony Taylor makes. I legit believe that Fergie bullied his childhood club. It has to be personal. Because sometimes Anthony Taylor, even the referee before, the one under Fletcher, they're just making weird decisions. But you see VAR, now that's the part where I do not understand. When the on-field referee makes those decisions, right, it makes sense because in real time, pace of the game, heat of the moment, they're human beings, they can make mistakes. I can let that slide. But if you're going to have literally the slow down version of the clip, right, for an offside decision, you should be able to get that right. Now, again, I did not expect us to play the way we did. So as a United fan, I am perfectly happy. Do not get this twisted. This is about a much bigger issue surrounding the VAR decisions. Now, some people will go on the extreme and be like, just get rid of VAR. It's taking the fun out of the game and everything. And I can hear that argument. But I can also hear the argument of VAR is needed for some decisions because there are times where VAR can work in your favor, right? And it's not even about working in your favor. It's just you want to win the game and then be like, you know what? It's not because the referee made a decision. It's because we actually outplayed them. It's not, there's no if, buts, or maybes, you know, that's it. Now, in terms of maybe changing the rules of the offside decision, that I can hear, but I'm not really on the side of getting rid of VAR completely, but if it goes away, I will not miss it if I'm being completely honest. It is what it is. Some calls will go your way and some calls will go against you. And guess what? That's exactly what is happening right now with VAR anyways, right? It was supposed to come in and eliminate that 50-50 thing of, oh, was the ref on-field decision correct or was it wrong? But it seems like even with VAR, the common denominator here is Premier League referees because it is Premier League referees watching those screens. I tell you, those guys are playing Fortnite, but it is what it is. All I'm going to say is that's my opinion, right? This is just me in my echo chamber right now. I want you guys to leave in the comment section below. Am I being crazy? Am I being, is this a conspiracy theory? Is this a tinfoil hat? Am I just gaslighting you guys into thinking that this is not a tinfoil hat? Or are you guys gaslighting me into thinking I'm wearing it? I don't know how this goes. I've lost my train of thought. Anyways, it's been The Realistic Red. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And honestly, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys for VAR? Do you guys want it to just be completely written out of the game? Just to take away the joy of the football game? Let me know. And more importantly, was that goal a complete robbery? I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you guys that have subscribed for subscribing. It means a lot. And your comments, I read them. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This is the longest conclusion to a video I've ever made. Let me just get out of here. I'm doing too much.